You've got me popping champagne, I'm at it again. Caught up in the moment, but not in the
Alright, this episode, I guess, webisode, if you want to be particular.
Ew, I hate that. It's like vlog.
Vagina vlog. Okay, we're gonna talk about dreams, like really weird dreams. I'll go first. Is this chocolate?
Yeah.
No, bitch! Okay.
Ew, it's wet.
Hey, last night I had a dream before Masha woke me up at 8 o'clock in the mother fucking morning. 8 o'clock.
I'm sorry. I'm usually not up at that time either. I usually wake up like 2 p.m. but I have jet lag.
I usually wake up at like 4 in the afternoon. Actually, that's true. Whatever. Before she woke me up, I had a dream that I was in this weird apartment, but I had the weird sense that I was in Colombia. Like, it wasn't my apartment that I was in Colombia, but just for some reason, I just had this feeling that I wasn't. Alright, anyways, and then, like, I was doing my hair in the bathroom, and my mom walked in, like, you have to get out of the bathroom because the plumbing guy is blah, blah, blah. And, so I left, and she's like, go to the other room, and the other room was, like, a dining room with, like, a table, and I sat down at the table. There was, like, no mirrors everywhere.
Let me have my fun, you motherfucking shit taco.
You're a taco, I'm the peanut.
Fine, shit peanut.
So it's so much better.
That was lame.
Alright, anyways, and, like, he walked in, and he put his stuff down next to me, and he, like, the bathroom's all the way down the hall, but for some reason he just put his stuff next to me, and he started talking, like, hello, I am Pedro, and his name was Pedro, and he was like, here, I give you gift, and he gave me, like, a really, really big Heineken beer opener. And I don't know why, but he did. And then I was like, oh, thank you. But I looked next to me, and there was the exact same Heineken beer opener next to me. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I already have one of those. And he was like, oh, okay, sorry. And then Masha looked me up. I can't help it if I dream about Heineken beer openers. It's just what I do.
Yeah.
Your turn.
I once had a dream that I went exploring Egyptian ruins with John Lennon and Paul McCartney. Except it really wasn't John Lennon and Paul McCartney. It was really the guys from Fringe. It was really... What is that guy's name? John Noble and Joshua Jackson, who are in the show Fringe, because I like that show. No, like is an understatement. I love that show. Okay, I have the freaking sign
Still there?
Yeah. No, this is the one for the new season. Let me get it. See? This is for the new
She
season.
hung it on her
That's
TV.
backwards. Anyway, so I was at camp. This is how the dream goes. I was at camp, and yeah. So we were all in the lunchroom, and we were all changing into like our bathing suits or something. And suddenly, there's this kid named John in my class. Anyway, he runs into the like area, and he's like, "Holy crap! We have special guests! Everyone go outside and look!" So we all run outside. We're like, oh my god, and there's like a limo, and they get out of the limo, and they're all like, everyone's like, oh my god, the Beatles! And stuff.
It was like, what are all the names of the
Ringo
Beatles?
Starr, John
Paul McCartney,
John Lennon, and Paul McCartney, and George something. This is the name I always mess up. George something. I think it's George. Is it George? Something with a W. Anyway.
What?
What?
George doesn't start with W.
No, George, and his last name starts with W.
George Walrus.
You wish it was George Walrus.
I do wish.
Okay, so yeah, and then we're like, so then John Lennon's like, can I talk to you privately? And I'm like, oh, okay. So we walk over to the side, and he's like, blah blah blah, I found this secret cave or something, and I was like, oh, shut up. And then Paul McCartney walks over, and for some reason, Paul McCartney's John Lennon's dad.
What?
I don't know. It was a dream. And then my mom walks over, and she's like, hey, Paul McCartney. And then they walk away because they went on a date, and they were, like, married or something. I know. I don't know where my dad was in this, but, yeah, my mom was married to Paul McCartney.
Your dad was John Lennon.
Anyway, so we walk over to this like cave, which is actually my school. Like in real life, it would have been my school, except it was like blown up and all these chunks of stuff was like everywhere. And like we walk in, and he's like, "This is the mysterious cave of something of like King Tut," and there's this like skeleton dude like just sitting there, and he's like protecting this chest or something. So we walk over, we take the chest, and then everything starts rumbling, and John Lennon's like, "Oh, we have to get out of here before the whole place falls down." So we run away, and then later we're like in the park, and like Paul McCartney's there too, and he's like, my mom is somewhere, and Paul McCartney's like, "Oh, thank you very much, Masha," and I'm like, "For what?" And he's like, "For not obsessing over us, because I hate fangirls," and I was like, "You're welcome." So yeah, and then I woke up.
Once had a dream that mutant green slugs attacked the earth. That was like a short one. I also had a dream once that I had like a small suburban town, and there was like a vampire running around, and he was killing everybody. But the thing was, and he had to like, and like poisoned. So you're like, ah, no. Yeah. But yeah, and like, but he didn't bite your neck. He bit your belly button. He like bit your stomach. So you're like, ah, no. Yeah, it was really weird, and I was like, everyone was like scared. And I remember one thing in particular, like my friend was jumping over a fence. The vampire like grabbed by his legs and like bring him down. He was like, like into his stomach.
Oh, okay.
He was like,
I had another dream. Okay, my dream was like this I had recently. Okay, so for some reason, I was like, okay, so apparently there's some lake in the middle of New York. And like I dove into it, and I was like swimming downward, and I was like, cool, I'm not dying. And I just kept swimming until finally I like swam out of this lake in Arkansas, and I'm like, shut up. And I'm like, whoa, why am I in Arkansas? There was like 5 other people with me, and so it was like water, and then suddenly there's like houses on the water, and then behind that's all land, but like there was water, and I was like, we knocked on the door of like the closest house, and this guy walks out who had a very big chin, I remember. Anyway, he's like, "Oh, what do you kids want?" And we were like, "Can we like go into your house and call our parents or something?" And yeah, so he was like, "Okay, fine, but only 4 of you can come in." So he like took 4 of us, and I was left with this girl. I don't know who she is in real life, but anyway, so I was left with this girl, and I was like, we should sneak into the house because. So we open the door and we run in, we hide in the bathroom, but then like it was kind of like the bathroom didn't have a door, it had like an arch, and so we were hiding in there, and then we see the guy, and he's like, I'm like, oh shit, he sees us, and he comes in, he's like, what the fuck are you 2 doing in here? And then we were like, please let us stay here, and he was like, fine, but only you. And like he hates me for some reason, he didn't let me stay in his motherfucking house, and he's like, stay here, I'm gonna come with my chainsaw and something.
God.
I know. He walks away, and I'm like, okay, I have to get out of here. So I run to the back of his house, and there's like a window. So I jump out the window, and I hear him coming. He's like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, ah. So
he had a Russian accent all of a sudden. Where are you?
Shut up. And I'm like jumping over the backyards of people, and I'm running really far, and I just have to keep running because I really don't want him to catch me. And finally I get to Colorado, which I don't even know if Arkansas and Colorado are next to each other. I don't think they are.
Are they? I don't know.
I don't know. I get to Colorado.
Catherine Hobbs.
Stop it. I don't even know if yeah, so I get there and I knock on this woman's house. There's a woman with like short blonde hair. Yeah, so this woman answers the door, and I'm like, please, this guy's chasing after me with a chainsaw. Who the fuck is calling? I don't care. 1-800-69. Go away. I'm like, can I call my dad? And so I call my dad, and I'm like, Dad, you have to come pick me up. And he's like, why? And I'm like, cause I'm in Colorado. And he's like, how'd you get there? And I'm like, I don't know. I jumped in a lake, and I just kind of appeared.
It's the best excuse for anything. I jumped in a lake. Oh, okay, I'll come pick you up right now.
Okay.
This video's too long.
I know. We should stop this. We're gonna make like 1,000 videos because we have nothing better to do. Don't eat my hair!
I will eat your motherfucking head.
I know, I know.